I really enjoyed this restaurant, and it really reminds me of being in Korea, and I just really wish I was in Korea right now. Alright, I am in Seoul, Korea, and in this video I'm going to show you where we go to eat in Seoul and in Busan, so come along with me. Hey guys, I'm here in Seoul, Korea, and we're here. It's about 8 o'clock, and we're gonna have some K barbecue. Let's do this. Yeah, this is the place. Sseongwon Galbi. I hope this is it. I cannot read anything here, but it says it on the Google map. Let's go check it out. Hello. So this is the place we picked. It's right next door to the Sheraton. It's a Galbi place, really tiny and quaint. We're here having our first meal. It's already late. It's probably 1 a.m. at home, and there's our hotel right across the street. I found this off Google Maps, and it had high ratings, so this is the menu. It's pretty small. It's just specializing in barbecue. So we got some one serving, which is 100 grams of beef brisket and the beef ribs, and that's about it. We're not too much of big eaters, but they do have the LA, they call it LA Galbi, which is the Americanized version, but if you go to most places, it's going to be just pretty much plain steak with salt and pepper and sesame seed oil dip. And they do have bulgogi, pork belly, I don't know what that means. It looks also marinated. They've got some soups, galbi-tang, some stir-fried octopus bibimbap, and some soybean jjigae, as well as some noodles. And because our little taxi driver that I booked on Klook, don't ever go with him. He didn't meet us at the airport, even though I did meet and greet, and he almost killed us 5 times because he almost crashed. Terrible driver, so I need a beer. Okay, here's some of the banchan at this restaurant. This is some chili peppers with miso, yeah? Is that miso? Yeah, Korean miso, yeah?
That's what makes it
but she said it wasn't spicy. They're sweet peppers. That looks like some shredded green onion in some kind of marinade. We've got some onions in a marinade, some garlic miso paste. Here's our meats. Oh, they are kind of small, yeah? I thought it was a big plate. Well, good thing, because I don't want too much meat. My favorite, I think, what is that? It looks like radish kimchi, the leaves of the radish. And then, I don't know what that is. And the onion dipping sauce again with the sesame seed oil and salt. And then there's also the radish. And I've got the Korean beer, Kas. It's either that or what's on the glass. Terra is another popular brand. So cheers to not dying on the freeway. All right, there's the meat going on the grill. We've got the prime steak. That's what they described it as. This is the beef brisket, which are thin rolls of meat. And they actually use real charcoal briquettes here. And they got the little pipey thing that sucks up the exhaust or the carbon monoxide. So you get a real grill taste. It's not like the stuff in the US where they use the gas or butane grills. So the smell is amazing. Actually, when we got off the plane, out of the taxi, you could smell all the barbecue from the different restaurants. It really smells nice. All right, I'm gonna try the beef brisket. It's in this sauce that has onions. And a scoop of the rice. It is so much different with the charcoal flavor. I mean, I don't know if there's a difference with the beef, but so much different than any other place we went to, like Korea Garden even. It's got such a nice crisp char to it. Some of the peppers with the miso. This is the prime beef. It's the #1 grade on their menu. I'm gonna dip it in some of the salt they give you, salt and pepper. so good, like a really good ribeye. I got my som, which is the lettuce. You put a bit of rice in there, put a little bit of meat, and put in some kimchi. Wrap it up and put it in there one time. So that was our first K barbecue for our first night here. Everything was wonderful. It was very delicious, and all the meats were flavorful, had the right amount of fat, and all the sides were really great. Okay, she says they're open. Let's go. Okay, thank you. Ooh, they got kimchi jjigae and stuff like that. Soybean stew. All right, this is what this little mom and pop shop looks like. I guess they're 24 hours. They've got soups, jjigaes, and stews. I got a seafood ramen. It's got tofu and clams, so we'll see what it looks like. But everything is in Korean, so I'm glad they had pictures so we could point. And then my mom got, what did you get? Like a sundubu?
Yeah.
Sundubu.
Right there.
With an egg? Okay, yeah. And then you get a bowl of rice. And then they were very friendly, because usually you're supposed to order yourself, but I have no clue what this says, and my mom does not read Korean, she only speaks it. So I'm glad they have the pictures. Also, in Korea, like I showed you in the other places, sometimes you have the drawer on the side for the chopsticks, but this one has it right here, and the spoons. Wow, look at that. That's my ramen for breakfast. It's got seafood in there, I think, per my picture anyway. But yeah, it's got sausages. There's something else in there. I don't know. Maybe she got it wrong, but it's okay as long as there's meat in there. And then there's my mom's seafood sundubu, which is soft tofu, got clams in there, and you get rice, even me, even though I have ramen, and all the sides, the kimchi, some kind of peanuts, and radish kimchi, and takwang. I will say it's super comforting. It's kind of chilly this morning, so it keeps you nice and warm and toasty. It's about 65 degrees or so. But the kimchi, both the radish and the regular kimchi, is very, very sour to my liking. Even my mom kind of made a face, and she likes her kimchi fermented, but this is pretty fermented, so if you're not into this, you might want to skip the kimchi, but if you're really into authentic kimchis, they've got it. Oh, damn, yeah. Ooh, that's rotten. This is also an interesting banchan. It is peanuts with sesame seeds on it and looks like some shoyu. Tastes like our boiled peanuts at home, but with more shoyu taste. It's pretty good. I like it. So I think we're lost in translation when I first showed you the picture that I pointed to that had seafood and tofu in there. But this is more like an army stew. You can see the pieces of Spam. So if you're local and craving your Spam, it's here. And the hot dogs that I showed earlier. Everything tastes really good though. I don't want to make trouble and complain, so I'm just going to eat it. It's still the same hot ramen that's spicy. And if you're wondering and you don't know about army stew, that is what they used to use after the Korean War when the U.S. soldiers came with the Spam and the canned goods and the Vienna sausages. And the Koreans made do and made a jjigae out of it using Spam and American meats. Overall, a pretty awesome breakfast. It warms you up, and we're off to our next stop, which is in Busan. How did you like your soup?
It's very good.
It's nice and warm.
Yeah.
And after that nice ramen breakfast, we are at Caffe Pascucci. That's what it says. And it's next to our hotel. There is a Starbucks across the way, but I'd figure we try some local coffee. Never heard of this place. We just got a black coffee. Nice and hot. Actually pretty good if you're into real nice roasted dark coffees. I like my coffee black, and they've got some really pretty pastries to buy, although I'm pretty full. Maybe I might come down here. They're open late at night. Last night they were open and it was like already 10 o'clock, still open. So maybe I'll grab some pastries for a snack one day. We are coming back here after going to Busan to the same hotel, so they've got really nice sandwiches and croissants and stuff. So off to Busan Station next. So we found this place called Tart Farm, and it's got the Portuguese tarts. So we got 2 of them for the train, and they were only 6,800 won, which is under $6, probably $5.50 or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool to see it in Korea. All right, off to the station. Over here, we're going to our platform. Hello. Oh no, I'm good. Thank you. Oh, they really hassle you, man. Whew. Hey, her barbecue smells good though. She has a good idea to get your smoke on. See, she's smart. She puts the smell right there for you to come in. Do you want to go to hers because she has the barbecue? No? Wait. I want to see. Oh, I don't eat that. I don't. Let me see what you got. All right, so I guess we'll pick this one, but the haggling's kind of a little bit nuts. Here's 2 yobos arguing over here. And she's barbecuing her stuff. Oh my God. All right, after haggling away, we're sitting here. We picked this one because it's the most crowded. The other lady that was trying to get us to go into her place next door, the place was completely empty. So usually you know that, if there's locals in here and it's good. Usually there's a lot of locals and it is crowded in here. People are eating. So here's more pictures of the menu. There's grilled abalones. We might get that. My mom really wants to try that. Some grilled shrimp and maybe some scallops and stuff. No crab. The crab was 200,000 won for one, and that's way too much money. That's almost a little under $200, so not for us right now. So we decided that we're going to get some sashimi, which they're famous for here, some grilled scallops, and grilled abalone. All right, we've got an array of different bonchons. Every place you go to has different ones. That looks like a creamed corn, some type of daikon that's pickled with some peppers. My favorite genyip, which is a Korean type of sesame leaf, it's different from shiso. There's your red leaf lettuce, your miso paste, looks like tofu, your dipping sauce with wasabi because we got some sashimi. That looks like some cabbages, some edamame, some carrots, peppers, garlic, some octopus, and some sweet potato. Very different bonchon here in Busan. And of course you gotta wash it down with a nice cold beer, some tara. Okay, I don't know what kind of fish they eat here, but it is called sashimi. She said it was sashimi, but it looks like very different fish. They do give you some wasabi to put in it and some shoyu. I will say it's very grizzly. There's a lot of grizzle in there. We're quite spoiled, I'll say, in Hawaii with our good ahi. There's a lot of that grizzly blood meat that usually in the US we cut out. It has a very strong flavor. And there's this finely chopped up white stuff, white fish. also drizzly, so I guess they like grizzle, and it kind of has a crunchy texture. Honestly, not my favorite. All right, I dipped my fish and I put it in my gyeongnyeok leaf. She just dropped a plate of fresh abalone. You can see it moving, some shrimp and some scallops. Wow. I have no clue what to do with it though. Here's a radish. It's looks like it's pickled in soy sauce. It's good. Try this marinated octopus. It's part of the banchan. Ooh, that's very sweet. Interesting. Okay, the rules of this restaurant are really weird. My mom asked the lady why is our food raw on the table, and she said we have to finish all of the fish first in order to use the grill, which I don't really feel like eating all of it because it doesn't taste that great. I'm gonna try this cream corn. It's good. It tastes like canned corn. I don't know what the cream is. So we've got some abalone, some fresh clams. It was kind of cool. The abalone was squirming and it kind of freaked me out. I think you should have put it out of its misery before putting it on the fire. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Some fresh shrimp and some, I think they're like big mussels. They're different. And then she puts them in cheese, like the mussels. But we didn't put it in there yet. It's supposed to melt in the cheese. Here's the fresh scallop. Smoking off the grill. Here's some of the shrimps. They are with the shell on. She grills them for you. And try this clam with some gochujang sauce. Clams are really fresh, but I'm not a fan of gochujang. It's a little too sweet. But if you see these in the restaurants, they're not ketchup. It's gochujang. So there is the cheese concoction with the scallops, like the big scallops on there. That's going on the fire. I don't know, maybe it's butter too, because it doesn't really look too cheesy. So maybe it's butter, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try this buttery scallop in some lettuce and dip it in some miso sauce. Alright, ladies and gents, this is the place that sucks. Don't fucking go here. It's fucking terrible. Totally. This lady here is super nice, but once you go inside, they are rude as hell. What a ripoff. But that's the way it is. It's a touristy place, so they're not going to cater to you. But there are so many other restaurants with other people that will want your business, right? Hello guys, it's the next morning. We're here in Busan, right across from the Busan train station, and we're gonna go to breakfast at Paris Baguette. And I know we have one in Hawaii, but why not try it at the source where it's made from in Korea? Here. All right, we're in Paris Baguette. There's a little area to sit down and eat your food, and they also make coffees, kind of like a little cafe, so that's cool. I got some items, not too many, because we're going to be sightseeing. Got the soft cheese, which is a soft bread with some cream cheese in there. This is a chocolate, kind of like shell. In the middle, there's chocolate. And then I'm a sucker for Portuguese tarts, so they have a version here as well. Very surprising to see. There's a lot of these in Korea nowadays. When I went the last time, which was a few years ago, they didn't really have these as much. All right, here is a closer look at the chocolate bread. Looks kind of like a spaghetti, which is that shell Italian kind of pastry, but totally different. Very soft. Really good. Lots of chocolate. The bread is super soft. Nice and sweet. Perfect to go with a cup of black coffee. This is the soft cream cheese bread. It's like a little pillowy milk bread. I didn't get any cream cheese in it, so I'm not sure if it's mixed in it, but you definitely taste that creaminess in the dough. I think they're trying to mimic that cheesecake or that cream milk bread you can get in Osaka. That cheesecake, the Japanese cheesecake. And it's really good. It's very fluffy, almost like an angel's food cake. All right, this is the Portuguese egg tart. It's not as phyllo-doughy as the one we had yesterday at the train station. It's just more of a regular crust, it seems, but it does have some caramelization on the top. Pretty good. This is much sweeter than the other one yesterday. Lots of sugar. The other one was more balanced. This one's good if you have a sweet tooth, though. All in all, very good and crispy crust. All in all, a very good experience, but let me know if you've been to both, the ones in Korea and the ones in Hawaii, and how it compares or if it's the same. All right, so we're here at the end where the temple is in Busan. It's a really beautiful temple. I'm showing all the other stuff that's not food related on my membership channel, so if you want to join, you can do that. We have a bunch of awesome members, but they have Jeju green tangerine drink, and they also have orange, which my mom got, but I'm going to try the green tangerine. She said it's a bit tart, but it's still sweet, and no sugar is added. And she freezes it so it's a little bit like a slushie. It's not bad. It's not that sour. It tastes like a tangerine, but a little bit tart. Now this one is the pure orange juice from Jeju and not the green tangerine. This one's not too sweet, but it has a natural sweetness. You can tell there's no sugar added, and it's not sour. It's really delicious. I'm here in Gamcheon Cultural Village to check out some of the shops and stuff, but there's a lot of food here, some Korean fried chicken, there's lots of cafes, and we're gonna go try some frozen honey beer. Okay, I'm at this stall and they sell honey beer, so I'm gonna try it. And then there's water mochi, which is interesting, and it's this stuff. We'll try that too, I think. Thank you. Oh, and I'll take a mochi too, sorry.
Mochi?
Yes.
Color? Favorite color?
I will take a blue.
Blue, yes.
What is that?
Roasted bean powder.
Oh, okay, bean powder. What is the most popular one?
Popular mango peach.
I'll try mango.
Mango peach?
Just mango. Oh, you can do two? Okay. How about mango and strawberry then? All right, I got the water mochi. This is it. It's just, she said, a texture and a color, and you can pick whatever color. I got blue, and then the syrup on the outside is what you pick for your flavors. It's got nuts and some soybean. It's really fascinating and odd. So we'll try it with the strawberry sauce first. Just tastes like Jell-O. And then there's the sauce with it. Strawberry tastes good. It tastes like strawberry jam. She said the most popular is mango. Oh yeah, she's right. The mango is really good. And it's got some nuts in it too, but you can tell her to take it out. Then I'm gonna try my honey beer. She put a foam of honey over it and some honey actually drizzled in there. And it seems like it's Kelly beer. To be honest, it just tastes like beer. Like piss water beer, you know? Bud Light. But pretty refreshing on a hot day. So we're here at one of the stalls to try some Odeng. I'm gonna try one first, and it's got the fish cake with the broth in it, kind of like in Japan. This is the fish cake. That's pretty fishy. And then this is it's like a shoyu sauce that you're supposed to dip it in, she said. The sauce is good. All right, I'm gonna try the Tteokbokki, which is rice cakes tossed in like a pepper sauce, kind of like gochujang. It's kind of sweet, kind of spicy, not too spicy. At first, it's really sweet, and then it has an afterkick of a lot of pepper spice. All right, next is the Kimbap, which is like a sushi without any fish. It's got usually meat or just veggies. This one looks like it's just veggies and egg with some sesame seed brushed nori. That was really good. It's really good in flavor, even though it doesn't have the beef like you get in the US. And it's very thin compared to something you get at Palama Supermarket, but even though it's tiny, it's packed with flavor, and you get a minimum of 3 in an order, so it's still pretty filling. All right, guys, we are in an area called BIFF Square, or BIFF Square. Not sure if that's how you say it, but it's supposed to have a lot of street food, so let's check it out. Wow, look at all this food. It's amazing. We've got skewers. I don't even know if I can eat all this stuff because I have to eat with my mom later on. I'm here exploring on my own. We've got roasted chestnuts. Wow, look at that. It smells divine here. Seriously. You know, I always wanted to try this, even though it looks really Americanized, but I would like to try a tornado potato. Well, this one's called whirlwind potato. Let's try it. One honey butter?
Yeah, honey butter.
Yes. Thank you. 고맙습니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Bye. Check that out. Here's my honey butter tornado potato. Looks really crispy, and it's made on the spot. Slightly sweet. It's actually sweeter than saltier in taste, and very crunchy, super hot temperature wise, but a great treat. Well, I have to meet my mom because she didn't really want to walk too much and eat some actual proper dinner. So I think I'm gonna have one of those waffles and head on out so I won't be too full. Then I might buy her some chestnuts because she loves those. We'll try this apple pie one. Why not? Hello. What is inside this?
Apple jam and cream.
Oh. If you've ever been to the South, it tastes like apple butter. With some cream. Yeah, like whipped cream. So imagine a sweet waffle with some southern apple butter and some whipped cream. It's pretty winners. Unfortunately, it's kind of cold. It's not as warm as it's advertised. But still good. The waffle's crunchy, but the inside's soft. and it's super sweet, like what you would expect in a American sweet waffle. So I'm here with Ajima. She's making some hot roasted chestnuts. Look at that. Ajima's making some hot roasted chestnuts. They're 3,000, which is under $2. Thank you. 고맙습니다. You can get your hot roasted nuts here. I'm just getting it for my mom because she loves this stuff. I'll have some too. I don't mind them. They're pretty good. It's soft yet a little bit crunchy on the outside, but not as crunchy as like a roasted almond, but has a good meaty flavor. Really creamy. A creamy kind of nut. That's what she said. All right, we're here at a restaurant that serves abalone, porridge, and other abalone dishes. This is our banchan. Pretty good spread and very interesting. That's my seafood stew, and it's bubbling hot with a side of rice. That is my mom's abalone porridge, which is rice porridge. This seafood stew has big chunks of abalone, some scallops or cockles, depends where you're from, what you call them, clams, some enoki mushrooms, and more abalone. Lots of seafood in there. Oh, and a crab leg. Wow. I'm just going to taste a little bit of this abalone porridge. That's good. Tastes like juk, but with a lot of sesame seed oil. So, to be honest, not my thing. I don't like too much sesame seed oil, but it is comforting and warming when it's cold outside. I'm just going to try this cockle. It came in this really pretty purple shell. So pretty, the colors. Ooh, and there's even some tofu in there. And some zucchini with a lot of onions. I will say, surprisingly, the cockles are really good. They're one of the better seafoods in there. It's really buttery and like a clam, but a little bit more buttery. All in all, a very good broth, very good seafood, and definitely something very delicious on a cold day. Fortunately, it's just like Hawaii weather here right now, which is beautiful, but I could imagine having this during the winter. It would really, really warm you up. It's early in the morning on our third day here in Busan, our third and final day, and we're going to have some Daejigukbap, which is a pork rice soup. We might get that, or some bosam, which is a boiled pork, where you eat it with a lot of banchan. It's nice to see everybody going to work and school. It's early in the morning. We picked one of these restaurants because it's one of the only 24-hour restaurants to eat a nice hearty meal before we jump back on the train to Seoul. All right, we're inside, and they have a self-serve bar where you can get your own kimchi, and they have radish kimchi, regular kimchi, and peppers, spicy peppers, sweet peppers, and miso, and all kinds of goodies. I will say this is the best kimchi I have tasted so far in Korea for my American palate because it is not too sour, but it's not too fresh, and it's seasoned really great. Just a perfect balance of fermentation between that and freshness, where it's not too sour and funky, and it has good seasonings. All right, I got the combo, which comes with the pork soup. It comes with rice and some balsam, which is some boiled pork. And you eat it with the dishes here on the side. What a deal. This is all pretty much, I want to say under, it said it was $11, but that's around $10.50 or something like that in USD, or maybe a little less. Here we also got some mandu, because you got to try the real mandu here in Korea. We haven't tried that yet here, so we'll give that a go. I'm going to try that first since it's almost like our appetizer. Lots of chives and meat and looks like some long rice in there. Pretty flavorful, and you're supposed to dip it in the dipping sauce. All right, we're gonna try this boiled pork with some radish kimchi she put on top. Looks like dried radishes. To me, that was a little bit to me that was a little gamey compared to our pork in the US. So it has a very strong pork flavor. So if you're not into that, you might not like it. But if you pair it up with the kimchi, and then there's so many dipping sauces, there's miso paste, and she even gives you some shoyu with some wasabi. It does take away from that gaminess. It's really good with rice though. And next we're gonna try this nice milky pork broth. It's almost like a Korean oxtail bone broth that they make, where it's white and milky, and it pretty much has no taste. You're supposed to add your own salt to it, to your liking. Very clean, just natural pork bone broth. You don't really taste any porkiness to it. It's just nice and clean, and when you add your own seasonings and salt, the taste is really good. Before heading on the train back to Seoul, we're gonna try Nice Day Coffee. We are flanked between a Starbucks and a Dunkin' Donuts at our hotel, but why not try some local Korean coffee? The coffee culture here is quite strong, and there's cafes everywhere. Nice and strong, the way I like it. Black like a psychopath. All right, we're here at the famous Netflix ladies kuksu place, so we're gonna have some noodles. Here's some kimchi. That's good. You can taste that it's really fresh, and you see her making it right in front of you. Try this mandu. Here are the noodles with some kimchi. The mandu is so good because it has kimchi in it. It's really flavorful. Super awesome meal. Definitely come here if you can. It is 3:13 and we got seated within about 10 minutes, so not bad of a wait. I got me my marshmallow stick with ice cream in it, and it's toasted in front of you by the lady. And I've always seen these, but I never tried it. I don't really like marshmallows unless they're in s'mores or in Rice Krispie treats, so I think it should be good, because it should be like s'mores, right? Inside is chocolate ice cream. Haven't gotten to it yet. Messy, gooey, like s'mores, and I got chocolate ice cream. You can get vanilla. It's weird, it's like melty, but when you get into the inside, it's cold and refreshing. I like it. We're here at Myeongdong Market. It's a night market here in Seoul. It starts up at about 5 or 4 p.m. every night, and it goes on till 1 a.m. And it's a bunch of food stalls, another foodie heaven, and we're gonna check out some of the eats that we didn't try at the other food stalls. I got my lobster from one of the street vendors here at Myeongdong Night Market, and I got the lobster with cheese. You can get it without cheese. Look at that gooey goodness. That is so good. It's already cut up in pieces, so it's easy to eat, and you can just lift it out of the shell. He does put some kind of spicy sauce on there, so it does have a little bit of a kick, but super tender. He bakes it right there on a, looks like a small mini salamander type grill. After grilling it, first he grills it on the charcoal, and then he puts it in the salamander to melt the cheese. It's not overcooked, it's super tender. You can see the steam coming off of it, and it's not fishy at all. Super good. We've got tang hulu again. We got it in Japan, but they sell it here in Korea as well. It's nice and sweet. Reminds me of the strawberries in Japan. And it's got that nice crunchy outer sugar coating. Super good. All right, I got my beef stick from this lamb and beef skewer guy. He's out here on the street, and I'm gonna try it. It has a little bit of spicy sauce. It's kind of like Chinese inspired. It's juicy and it's seasoned well, but I just asked for a little bit of spice, but it's pretty spicy. So I think if he puts the full spice on, it's really, really spicy, but just enough heat, a little bit chewy, but nice and fatty. It's almost like the Galbi meat that is without the bone, and it's on a skewer. It's super hot, comes out just temperature hot. Really good snack. That's all from Myeongdong. We're kind of full. We ate a lot of food in the afternoon at the Gwangjang market, so we're not too hungry, but we did sample some street food, and all of it was really wonderful. Lots of different choices. The street goes around different parts and alleyways, so tons of street food and tons of vendors selling goods and stores in between. So great place to be and people watch and get good food. So we're here in Namdaemun Market for our last day. We're leaving in a couple of hours, and I wanted to eat Korean fried chicken as one of my last meals here in Seoul, South Korea. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that it is a drinking type of food, so a lot of these chicken places don't open till about 4 p.m. We're going to be gone by then. So we're having lunch here across the street from Namdaemun Market, across from the subway. It's a hole-in-the-wall mom-and-pop place that serves fried chicken. I like plain fried chicken, but you can get it garlic style with shoyu or, you know, the typical seasoning, spicy. We wanted to go to a place called Barbecue Chicken Express, but it is a Saturday, and I think he's hungover because the business guy that works next to him said that it's supposed to open at 9, and we got there at 9:37-ish. And he wasn't there. We came back at 10, still wasn't there. So I think he forgot to wake up or something. But thankfully, there's this mom and pop place right across the street. Bruh, this chicken came out so fast, and it's so crispy looking, and it smells fabulous. And in Korea, you get your gloves, so you don't have to get your hands all sticky and gross and greasy. So let's dig into this amazing looking chicken. It does come with a dipping sauce. I'm not sure if I'd like that, but let's try it plain first. That is so good. It is juicy inside, and the meat's flavored through and through. It's not just the outside coating. Really crunchy, but it's a light batter, so it's not too much breading. Perfect, and it's piping hot. I have these gloves on, but it's like burning my fingers, so it's made to order. Usually it comes with a side of daikon. She did not give us that, but it's fine because I don't actually really eat it, but it's supposed to cleanse your palate because it's greasy between bites. And if you're wondering, and if you're coming here and you're wondering where this is, if you get out at exit 5 at the Namdaemun Market subway stop on line 4, it's right across the main street, and you'll see this little hole in the wall making all the Korean favorites, including Korean fried chicken. This is the wing. I'm gonna dip it in the sauce that it came with. It's almost like a my poi sauce. It's spicy, but not too much, but it's mostly sweet, like a sweet chili sauce. Really, really good. All right, I'm gonna try my mom's jjajangmyeon. If you don't know what jjajangmyeon, you can get it in Hawaii. It's black bean noodles with an influence from China. I will be honest, it's not my favorite, even in the United States when I tried it. It's just not my thing. Black bean sauce, quite different to me. I like black bean sauce in Chinese dishes, but it's a little bit more toned down. And I don't know, you either really love it or you don't. I wouldn't say I hate it, but I just think it's a little plain. And the noodles are kind of, if you want to compare, similar to udon noodles. And you're supposed to pair it with some kimchi. And then you eat it with tteokbokki. All right, we just got a hot dog, and that's pretty much a glutinous rice pancake that's grilled on the griddle with some honey and sweet brown sugar in the middle. You can get a savory pancake, and that has cheese, but the traditional one usually has seeds like sunflower seeds, walnuts, and brown sugar. Super hot. It definitely has honey in the middle. It reminds me of the flavor of baklava, except the sticky rice of mochi, because that's pretty much what it is, sticky rice. Super good. I definitely recommend it. And I'm so glad this is my last snack in South Korea before we leave to go home. You can definitely see all the pumpkin seeds inside and like sesame seeds, so it has a nutty taste with the brown sugar and honey, and it's just fabulous. I've never had one before, and I'm so glad I tried it. So thank you for joining me on all the things I ate on this trip to South Korea. I hope you enjoyed the series, or this video anyway. And for the members, next week I will do more of like sightseeing for the members video. So thank you again. If you like this, press the like button, subscribe if you're new, and see you again next week on another food adventure back in Hawaii. Aloha, bye.